So hello everyone, it is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and I am so excited because today I get to film with all of my Glamlite liquor palettes, or happy hour collection if you will. So y'all know I was getting all of them. I meant to get the Mimosa highlighter, but I was in such a rush to grab this bundle I forgot to add it to the cart. So we only gonna try these out because it's all I got, sis. It's all I got. I mean, I feel like this is enough though. I'm sitting here with like 4 liquor palettes. Like, ain't that enough? Is that not enough? By the way, if anyone was curious, my actual favorite drink is Margarita here, and then my second one would be wine. So I don't really drink martinis. I've never actually had a martini, but you know, I was like, the colors look cool. Even the colors in this one look kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of the Natasha Denona, what is it, bronze palette. So if you were looking for a dupe for that, to me this is what it reminds me of. Of course, we know I don't own it. I wasn't paying $65 for neutrals unless Patrick Tom made them. Because I clearly bought that palette and gave y'all a lovely little review. But let's zoom on in close. How you doing, girl? So I just tested out the, I've just put on all the Huda Beauty stuff. And this is the new Makeup by Mario lipstick. So you got a review on all that coming sometime this week. I don't know, girl. I don't know. I got so much stuff going on. Who knows? But I was excited to get my hands on these palettes. So I'm trying to figure out what combination of which I want to put these palettes in. Because I'm thinking just doing 2 eyelets and combining 2 of each palette. I think I want to do the wine and the chocolate martini together, just so you can have a pop of color with the boring neutral palette, because we know it's not gonna just suffice for me being a boring neutral palette. And then I'm thinking I'll do the dirty martini with the margarita one, so I can combine some of the blues and other shades that are in here with this one. But let's open them all up, girl, and see what's going on. Okay, so here are the gorgeous ladies holding all the lovely drinks. And then I'm going to try to show the palettes in the order they came out with. So this is the Dirty Martini, because I remember seeing this one first and being like, oh, okay, I'm intrigued. What's going on here? What is this? Hi, how are you? I'm open and available for this. This is what the Dirty Martini looks like on the inside. Then they have the little nutritional facts on the back, which basically all the ingredients and whatnot. These palettes retail for $35 a piece, if I forgot to say. But this is what she looks like on the inside. And we knew why I bought this palette, right? To me, this is giving me smoke session vibes. I don't know about you. What do you all think? Because to me, it's just giving all the smoke session vibes. But, you know. Now I'm going to show the comparisons to this one, so that way we can just move on with life and we ain't got to worry about it no more. Which we know I got a few, because, I mean, it's a green palette. Let's be realistic. So I got these 2 from Juvia's place, and then we'll put those against Dirty Martini so you can see, because I thought the pops in here might be similar to those couple of pops they have in there, and then these are the greens, but they're not exactly the same. So here's that. Then I have my Plan and Makeup with Yolando what little small pan palette here. So I figured I'd show that too against the green martini. I mean dirty martini. Because I want to try to show them at the end and be sitting here for 500 years doing this, because I still got to do 2 eye looks. And then I'll give y'all individual looks if y'all want. You can tell me down below. Do you want individual looks with each palette, or are you just fine with, you know. Now remember, by Just My Look, I switched around and combined with the Mented Cosmetics palette. So it's not going to look the same as it's supposed to. But see, I feel like it's giving vibes of this palette in here somewhat, when I combine both the palettes to make it look the way I want. Now, I did not bring Smoke Session with me, so I'll put that comparison on IG, because I feel like it's giving that, but you know. Now, this one I felt like was just somewhat, because as you all know, the Tinkerbell one has mauve-ish pinks in it, but I felt like it still gave some of the grungy tones that are here and there. I just wanted you to see like all the greens I have to compare to it. And then we'll get into wine palette, which is the purple. I don't think I have any to compare to chocolate martini, just because we know I'm not a neutral girl, so I don't have a lot of neutrals. I can do some comparisons on Instagram though when I add the one I need to do for the dirty martini palette. Now this one isn't really truly close at all. It's just a green I had, and I didn't know if some of the lighter greens in here would work along with some of the nudes that are in here, so that's why I'm showing it. I feel like it looks somewhat like this little part right here, but you can let me know down below what you think. And then the last one I have is the pistachio from BH Cosmetics. I did not bring the what is it, the avocado toast palette with me, so we can do that one as well when I get home with smoke sessions. But here are what both of these look like. And those are all the green palettes I have to compare, but wasn't that enough? I feel like we just showed like 5 or 10. So if you all remember, we're putting this one with the Margarita, and then we're going to put the chocolate martini with the one I'm about to show you next, which is the wine palette. So, cute little bottle here. And just love the packaging on all these. So here is what the wine palette looks like. And y'all knew I was getting this one too. Like when they started showing like greens and purples, I was like, oh yes, Glamlite, take me there, honey. But yeah, I'm here for this palette. It is gorgeous. Now I know some people aren't necessarily excited about the theme of the palette, but you know, I mean, you don't have to drink wine to be able to appreciate a good color story, in my personal opinion. So I feel like even if you don't drink wine, you should be able to appreciate this color story because it is just gorgeous. So we're going to start off with another Planet Makeup with Yolanda palette to show similarities in the purples. I forgot to bring my, my Glam Shop purple palette, so I'll show that one on Instagram as well. I'm trying to decide if I should just put all these on my Instagram reels, my Instagram stories, and then just y'all can see all the comparisons for all of the palettes. I think I'll probably go ahead and do that, but I'll have to do that Monday because I don't have time right now. Girl, I don't have time. I'm still over here mad because my video is supposed to go up at 12 o'clock for the Lunar Beauty Moon Spell Volume 2 is not up. It's only halfway loaded and I put it up last night. But here is a comparison of the Nubian Royals palette against this palette. Only thing I hate about the first two palettes I showed is there's pressed glitters in them, and I'm not a pressed glitter type of girl, so I'm just irritated. Got another Juvia's Place palette. This is the Violets. This is one of my favorite purple palettes just because it has like unique tones of purple in it. And I feel like Glamlite tried to bring some of that into, which I appreciate, and I am here for it. So now we're going to get to my purple ColourPop palettes, and then we're going to end with my BH Cosmetics Cotton Candy palette. So first I'm going to show my one of my all-time favorite monochromatic purple palettes from ColourPop, and this is It's My Pleasure. Y'all, It's My Pleasure was hitting. It was hitting different, okay? Honey, look at it. My Mr. Sandman broke it, and this is actually my original one, so I need to get a new one. When they have the 9-pan palettes on sale for $9 again, I'm going to buy a new one of those. And the Ooh La La, because my Ooh La La, honey, she hurting so bad. Like, the formula in that palette is so damn dry because it's so damn old. It's just ridiculous. But, okay, so here is it against here. Now, I figured, like, a lot of tones in here don't match it, but I just brought it because it was purple, and I didn't know what to expect because I didn't open these ahead of time to look at. I waited for you all to open it as you saw. And last one, I feel like this one isn't that close either, but again, I had it in my collection, so I figured I'd show it to you. So here is Cotton Candy alongside the wine palette. Okay, y'all, so we're done with the wine palette. Let's go ahead and get ourselves to the next palette, which is the Chocolate Martini. Now, I don't have anything to, you know, show the Chocolate Martini against here. I don't think. I don't have any new palettes that color, so I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, show the cute little palette or whatever. Then I'll move on to the Margarita one because, wait, no, I'm sorry. I have the donut palette to compare to this one. That's the only one I have here. That is a Glamlite palette. And then the other ones are Glamlite palettes that I'm going to compare to Martini to, of course, because, you know, they've done the rainbow several times. So, get my donut out. Okay, so hold still, please. Thank you. So here is the Chocolate Martini. Look how gorgeous. I just love the detail of the packaging on like each drink. But here is the Chocolate Martini. As you can see, these aren't usually the tones that I go for. I do like this cool, weird duochroma shade. I know Annette's makeup corner used it, and she really liked it too. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of what drew me to go ahead and get that one. Just that weird duochroma shade. And in fact, like I said, I feel like it could be a good dupe for the bronze palette. If the bronze palette goes 50% off, I would like the other ones did. I'll buy it, and then I can do a comparison myself. But this is what Chocolate Donut looks like against the Chocolate Martini. So just for comparison purposes. I only got this Chocolate Donut because Karen was raving about the quality of it. So I was like, okay, Karen, I tried it. Damn. Y'all knew Karen was going to be brought up in this video. And if you did not know, you need to be using code KHMakeup to buy all these palettes you see me sitting here with. Because we're trying to feed baby Karen Harris before she gets out into the world and make her nice and healthy when she comes to meet her mommy and her daddy. So you go ahead and you use code Cage Makeup and get that 15% off of your purchase of this palette. Okay? Thank you so much. I'm glad we had this conversation. Use code Cage Makeup. The last one I have is the Margarita. My all-time favorite drink. Whenever I go out for drinks, like I'm usually trying to get pictures of Margarita. So I'm not gonna lie. So this is what it looks like on the outside. Here's what it looks like on the inside. So they've got a whole bunch of different fruity margaritas. Since margaritas come in lots of different flavors, that's why this got to be the colorful palette. I totally get it. Being a margarita connoisseur and all. So we're gonna put that palette against. This is Fade to Hue from ColourPop. Now I'm hoping the format in this is way better than Fade to Hue palette, because this palette's format is terrible. That's why I think I never did a video on it. Plus I waited too late to like use it. I got it when it first came out to put in a giveaway, but then I think that was the giveaway I told y'all about. People weren't responding to me and everything, so I just didn't worry about it. I was like, fine, I guess it's my palette now. Y'all don't cooperate. Now we have a palette that I hate from Glamlite. I hate to say it. I know everybody else loves this palette, but I absolutely hate this palette. So if you've been on this channel before, you know what I'm talking about. This is the Ice Cream Dream palette. I hate this palette so much. I just thought the quality on this was so bad compared to all their other stuff, but here's what they look like side by side. So as you can see, this one has more pastel-y vibes and then more deep vibes, and I feel like this is like a nice in-between between the two palettes. So I feel like they did a good job when it came to this one of not making them look the same, especially since, you know, they love to do color. But Ice Cream Dream was just not for me. Like, I prefer the Cake palette, which is what I'm about to show you now compared to this palette, and then we'll finally get into me going off camera and doing some eye looks with these palettes. So here is the Cake palette up against this palette. So let me zoom y'all all the way back because this palette's so damn big. Girl, gotta go all the way back. See the full picture of Tina Child. They just, but yeah, so here's what they look like. Okay, now I'm finally gonna go off camera, zoom y'all all the way in now, get my life in order, and figure out what I'm gonna do with each palette. I'm gonna probably start off with the, you know, more neutral look, so that way I can end with the colorful one and have fun. And then if y'all want to see videos on particular palettes individually, you can leave in the comment section down below which ones you want to see, so that way I have an idea of which ones I should film with next. Because otherwise I'm gonna just do random eye looks on Instagram and call it a day, and ain't gonna be no more of anything. And I don't know why I put them back in the cute little packaging like we wasn't about to make a whole video. Okay, I'm gonna go off camera and get my life in order. God, that comparison was long. It's like 11 minutes and all I did was open some palettes and talk. Jesus. Okay, y'all, so this is what I decided on. I know it looks mainly purple, but I did use some stuff from Chocolate Martini, so I'll show you what I used from there first. So for the inner corner, I used the shade Extra Lit. Of course, y'all know I had to use the shade Happy Hour. We couldn't use this palette and not use it. I used the shade All Night as well. So those are the three I used from this palette. Y'all know I wasn't finna use none of the neutrals though, like for real, who? No. As much color as there is to choose from, we weren't, no ma'am. So with this palette, I use this one right here. I use the shade Aroma right there. And then use the shade Fruity down here. And those are what we used to make, this eye look. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Take my cute little old eye brush that came in my little, I think it's Saga of Freya collection. And I like that color, this color, just because I thought it was so weird. I was like, yes, I need to use it. Like, look how weird that is. It's not the typical purple or like the typical blue. I feel like it's a nice little mixture of two different shades. So I was like, yes, I need to have it in my world. Or should I say on my eyelid? I was like, yeah. It looks so cool to me, I swear. I'm going to take the shade Aroma that I showed y'all. But I got to come out here now just to end this video before I can go home. So I'm going to drive out here just to end that and then drive home. I must like y'all or something. Because, girl, gas is not cheap. I usually have to fill up my car like 2 or 3 times a week because I work all the way on the north side. Then 2 days a week I have to drive out here to help my mom clean out the house. And then I still have to go pick Adrian up from school every day. And I have to drive back and forth from here on the weekends. So it's just a lot, girl. It's a lot. So I did that, and as you can see, it gives a cool, like, shifting gradient. I didn't know how I felt about the Aroma color at first, because at first I was going to pick a different color, and then I ended up just leaving that alone. Now we're going to go to the Chocolate Martini palette. I take that mauve shade All Night that I showed you and dust it over this. Just I feel like it. And I like to have extra unique shades dusted over the top. So I was like, we're gonna do this. And I think it just gives nice like hue that you weren't expecting to see from this purple look. It gives a little bit of mauve to it. So that's why I personally did it, but you know, it's like a teach his own type thing, girl. You don't have to if you don't want to. Now we're gonna go back to the wine palette because we gotta take the shade Fruity out of there to put on the outer V. And then the rest of the shades we have come from the let me call it the chocolate martini palette. So we're back in the wine palette now. We're gonna take the shade Fruity. And just so here we are. And y'all see the sparkle on there? Like, oh my goodness. Yes. Yes, yes. 1,000 times yes. I'm here for it. I'm available. It is gorgeous. Chocolate Martini palette with the shade Happy Hour. So I just put that toward the front of the eye since it was the lighter of the two shades. And they actually blend in quite well together. I didn't think they were going to blend this nicely and evenly. But I feel like you still see a little bit of difference in the color of the sparkle and like the pop, which is what I was hoping for. I was hoping it wouldn't be so close in tone to where you couldn't tell the difference, but I feel like it's enough of a difference. But you can tell me down below if you agree or not. See, because I feel like you see the lightness right here, but when I turn this way, you see the depth of the shade Fruity, and that's what I was going for. Hopefully it's translating on camera the way I'm hoping it does. Now we're going to take the shade Extra Lit, just because all the other shades were like goldish or champagne-ish. As you can see, these are the ones I swatched to figure out what I want to do. So this one is Fruity, this one is Happy Hour, this one is Vanilla Vodka, believe it or not. This really like trophy wife-ish looking color. This is one is Chardonnay from what I remember. And then this one is Extra Lit, which is what we're about to put in the inner corner. So I swatched them out to try to figure out life and what happened with the inner corner. And then I just decided on this one. I feel like the inner corner still looks a little dull, but I didn't want like that bright yellow in there. And like want any more purples in the inner corner as well. So I was like, we're just gonna pull from the mauve that I dusted over the top and just put this there, child. I don't know what else to do. I don't know. Leave me alone. I don't know. Y'all, I feel like it's always the eye boogers whenever I go to put my inner corner of shade in, and I feel like dust around and adjust. It'd be taking me forever because that's what be taking so long when I was sitting here twirling the blush, just like an eye booger, just trying to disrespect the whole look. And then I have to put more back in because then I can see like that patch from where the eye booger like went there. It's a whole thing. Okay, it's just a whole thing. So this is finished eye look. Like, the inner corner is not popping like I wanted it to be popping, but you know, it's cute. And we used 2 of the 4 palettes, so we got one look out the way. Now I'm gonna go off camera. Y'all know the deal. I gotta take my look at me. I think I'm sexy photos, and then we're gonna go ahead and get into the Dirty Martini and the Margarita. So I'll be right back, girl. Okay. Okay, so this is what I came up with to combine the palettes. I used Prickly Pear, I used Pink Lemonade, I used Watermelon, and I used Strawberry. That's what's going on the lower last line and in the inner corner here. And then I used the shade Spicy Jalapeno, and on the rim from this palette. So I feel like, oh sorry, and Melon. So I feel like I used a lot from this palette, and I used actually a little from this one. I can't wait to use this one on its own though. So I used Mix It Up. The shade Green Olive has a ton of fallout all over your face, girl, just FYI. And then I used the shade Gin. So I only used like 3 shades from this palette. I mainly used the colorful palette, believe it or not, which I was shocked about as well, because y'all know I was excited as soon as I saw this Dirty Martini. I was like, yes. But the Dirty Martini now even more is giving me those vibes of you know, my beloved Smoke Session. If you all don't know, Smoke Session is like one of my all-time favorite milk palettes, or just green palettes in general. So with this color right here, along with a couple of other shades, definitely giving me milk vibes. The only thing I'll say is I don't Well, I'll save it for the end when we get done talking about this, but yeah, so it's like definitely giving me milk vibes. That's all I'm gonna say. Now I went into the shade called On the Rim and put that toward the front of the eye. So let's go ahead and start putting that in here. This look took hella blending, y'all. Hella time. Like, I was just like, Lord Jesus. Almost 2 o'clock now, so I'm still making good time with this fluffy brush now. And I took the shade Melon for some reason, decided I need to dust it on top. Why, I don't know, because I feel like it didn't really add too much of anything, but you know, you did it to the one side, they gotta do the other side, yeah. But I don't feel like it added too much of anything other than like ashiness around the brow bone. And it ends up like disappearing when I redo the shimmers and add more of the outer V shade. So it's not like it truly mattered, but I just wanted to see how ashy it was gonna be on somebody that looks like me, basically. I'm just taking the cleaning brush again and dusting over everything. Now I took the shade I was telling y'all about, the green olive, the one that had the fallout all over my face. I'm telling y'all, honey, the fallout was real. It was very disrespectful. Only reason I hate using this shade too is because it's like I don't want to mess up the olive. I have to pat it down because it's like when you try to swipe it, it is not the business. So but it helped enhance like the green shimmer, because I find that these shimmers seem to be somewhat toppery. At least that's what it's seeming like to me. Now, I'm gonna get into the shimmer. So I started off, well, no, matter of fact, I'll do the lower lash line and then we'll get into the shimmer. So I started off with strawberry on the outer VA here. So let's just go ahead. Connect those, rub it underneath the lower lash line. Try to cover up these, you know. So now I'm going to take shade Watermelon and put it here. And I feel like these looked kind of similar, and in the pan it looks lighter, so I didn't necessarily like that, because I'm like, it's too similar in tone for my personal liking, but you know. We're here now, so it's kind of late. So we got our lower lash line done. Now we can get into the shimmer. So I started off with I'm gonna start off with Spicy Jalapeno this time. I started off with the shade Gin, which is that gorgeous shade that again reminds me of a shade from my Smoke Sessions palette. And I'm going to go ahead and put that toward the back of the eye, since that's where I started. I started on top of this shade, so that way it would be more vibrant in pigment. See, as you can see, it did a good job. And then I took the shade Gin toward the front of the eye. On this side, though, I feel like it doesn't look as vibrant as it does on that one. I don't know what's going on with that, but okay. Anyway, since it's all vibrant and special now on that side, let's take the shade Gin and go toward the front of the eye. And this shade is just so gorgeous to me. Like, maybe one of the stars, other show, I'm just like, yeah. And they just blend so beautifully together. So I put Spicy Jalapeno on the back, and then we're putting Gin on the front. And it's just gorgeous. Let's go in the inner corner. So with the inner corner, if you all remember, we did those pink shades. So I'm going to go ahead and take Prickly Pear, since I started off with the deepest one. And go ahead and start rubbing that up in here. Yeah, I feel like everything looks more vibrant on the, what do you call it? The side I'm doing on camera, and the side I did off camera, I don't feel like it looks nearly as vibrant. So I'm just like, And the second is poorly shaded on top. I think since I broke through the shimmer finally, so that's why like that side looks so much more pigmented than this side. Cause I don't feel like it's popping on the other side, though. It's popping on this side. And I don't know how I feel about that. So, take this clean brush one more time. Just dust over everything real quick. Okay, now we can zoom out and have some thoughts. So, my thoughts on these palettes. I've never really been that big a fan of Glamlite shimmer formula. I always feel like it's really sheer. So, if you didn't notice, that's why I put that matte shade underneath the shade Spicy Jalapeno. Because I feel like, as you can see, the metallic ones swatch really nicely, but I feel like they have some of these topperish, not topperish, but you know, satinish type shades, and we all know how I feel about a satin. Keep your satin. I don't want your satin. I know, say no to satins. So, if I had to rank these palettes, believe it or not, I rank them in the order that they put them out in. So, it would be Dirty Martini first, then it would be the wine one, then it would be the chocolate martini, believe it or not, above the margarita. Just because I feel like the color of the margarita's story is just kind of scattered, and I prefer, like, you know, the cake palette over the way this color story is put together. And I prefer, I even prefer the Ice Cream Dream color story as opposed to this one. So, I mean, I like the eye looks I came up with, and I can't wait to use them individually, which is what I'm most excited for. But I think they're good enough for you to go ahead and buy them. Now, if I told you to buy any, of course, y'all know I'm all about the blues, greens, and purples. Since they don't have an individual blue palette, you know, I gotta tell you to get the Dirty Martini and the wine. The wine is probably like my absolute favorite when it comes to color story, just because I feel like they use so many weird tones of purple as opposed to those traditional tones of purple. And then Dirty Martini would be second, just because I already have like smoke sessions, and it gives me smoke sessions vibe, especially with this little like corner right here. So I'm like, I just prefer my smoke sessions. So but if I said get any, I would say get these two for sure. The other two, if you want to try them, yeah, like if you're looking for a good Natasha Denona bronze palette dupe, I would definitely say get this one, because it looks like that to me. Again, since I don't own it, I can't tell you. You have to ask Karen. I believe Karen owns the bronze palette in addition to this palette, because I know she bought the whole bundle like I do. So pop on over there and ask her if she thinks it's similar to the Natasha Denona palette, because it might be a good dupe for you, and then you don't have to spend like $65 when the color story is pretty similar. And I didn't necessarily get the Alter Ego one just because I didn't like their cream to powder situation. I think their cream to powder's in that one, which means they made their cream to powder formula, and I don't like their cream to powder formula. So those are my thoughts. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, y'all are diamonds. Let me know if you want to see any of these individually, because I kind of want to do individual ones with each one of them. But the two I'm most excited to do was these two. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, y'all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.